Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
So tired of boys. I need a man. Pringle.
Where's he going with this shit? Cause tonight you belong to me. I'm from One West headquarters. Follow my captain's orders. Live in the land of pain and torture. No straw, but they want their mortar. Tell Trump, fuck borders. P.S. Prepare for slaughter. Never take their sons and daughters. Never give them alls in return. Niggas never wanna learn. Till they laying in the urn. Babylon, Babylon, Babylon. You got to burn. Even if I gotta go with it. So fuck it, is you with it? Niggas never feel froggy, they just wanna rip it. If I see a bad bitch, then I gotta rip it. Your lip looking like the Red Sea when I split it. Tell me why that flow so vicious. Every time he switches, beat a nigga ass like mama did with switches. You niggas look real gay. Where are the bitches? I mean, where are the sisters? Better stay away from witches. That's a brouhaha. Love me as she brew, yeah. White people, he brew now. If you didn't know, you do now. You belong to me. Hey. Alright. This nigga's bonkers. From the same city as the Knickerbockers. Name ring bells from here to Yonkers. Or Nicaragua. You niggas too thirsty, you need some agua. I ain't talking Fina. When they kill my dog, I ain't hear shit from Peter. These niggas talk Kent, but they really mean FEMA. Haven't cut the I got more stripes than Adidas. If you ain't a bad bitch, then get the fuck off my penis. 1-2 step with a meat tree drip. Keep my circle tighter than my meat tree is. If I don't fuck with you, you a piece of shit. When I dip, you dip, we dip, we dip. This the type of shit that I sing to my bitch. No 6ix9ine, we don't sing no snitch. Gotta love that bass. Social distance, I love my space. Tell Karen, get the fuck out my face. We ain't never switching up on our race. You belong to me. It's you, baby. One more time. Gotta love that bass. Social distance, I love my space. Tell Karen, get the fuck out my face. We ain't never switching up on our race. Cause you belong to me. One more time for the ladies in the back, eh?
Backstage. I got it on the table.
I ain't finna tell you how I got away with this shit.
If for more, right, that's good business. She look good, but hang with dumb bitches. Tell her I'm way too fly for one sister. And if she leave a priest, I won't miss her. Won't put a ring around it. Oh, no. Bitches for the street like basketball goals. I always knew she'd let that lane hit her. Won't get a stick from me, I ain't simple. Now I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. No, I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. You civilian out. Nah, failure out. I ain't gonna work it out. Cause I ain't regular out. I ain't regular out. You's a regular out. Took that bitch back. She done fed y'all. look how you living out. You look scary out. Can't fuck that bitch right, cause she be getting nailed out. You don't forgive her, ain't it? You wanna love her, don't you? Just know that love ain't for you. It's for the world, homie. I got some real homies. We don't pretend, homie. It's UPK, One West, we kicking field goals. Let that bitch lead hoe. She got them D's though. With a little steak and ass pussy, she be going beast mode. She HIV hoe. You a dirty ass skeet hoe. Don't get that shit up out your chest, bitch. Say what you gonna do now, what you gonna say now, what you gonna do to me? It is UPK, I'm shot too deep, it's better Google me. I put these girls all in my training camp like I relieve. I say what I do and I do what I say, bitch, what the fuck you mean? If I'm more, right, that's good business. She look good but hang with dumb bitches. Tell her I'm way too fly for one sister. And if she leave a piece, I won't miss her. Won't put a ring around it. Oh, no. Bitches for the street like basketball goals. I always knew she'd let that lane hit her. Won't get a cent from me, I ain't simple. Bitch, now I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. No, I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. You civilian out. Nah, failure out. I ain't gonna work it out. Cause I ain't regular out. I get paper, bro. Got my standards up. You a munchkin out. Catching these out. Check my favorite out. I'm a player out. These niggas top block. Taking lead out. You shouldn't be worried about these broke ass bitches. And don't compare yourself to silk ass niggas. Had to shine a lot of these desperate ass women. Cause they be tripping hard, acting like they different. But a bit be basic, bit be horn and bit be naked, drinking, faking, stankin', the shame is dirty, mouth bit be faking. I don't get too fucks about you, I wouldn't have put no baby in you. Bit be saying they got that paper, look, they let me eat. Done caught the penalty, and my energy got me feeling me. Ice hitting on these diamond teeth that's into me. And I'm getting right, and I'm stacking up, and I'm getting to it. And these niggas hate, but they can't touch, cause I'm bulletproof. If I'm more, right, that's good business. She look good, but hang with dumb bitches. Tell her I'm way too fly for one sister. Can't fuck that bitch right, cause she be getting nailed out. You won't forgive her, ain't it? You wanna love her, don't you? Just know that love ain't for you. It's for the world, homie. I got some real homies. We don't pretend, homie. It's UPK, One West, we kicking field goals. Let that bitch lead hoe. She got them D's though. With a little steak and ass pussy, she be going beast mode. She HIV hoe. You a dirty ass skeet hoe. Don't get that shit up out your chest, bitch. Say what you gonna do now, what you gonna say now, what you gonna do to me? It is UPK, I'm shot too deep, it's better Google me. I put these girls all in my training camp like I relieve. I say what I do and I do what I say, bitch, what the fuck you mean? If I'm more, right, that's good business. She look good but hang with dumb bitches. Tell her I'm way too fly for one sister. And if she leave a piece, I won't miss her. Won't put a ring around it. Oh, no. Bitches for the street like basketball goals. I always knew she'd let that lane hit her. Won't get a cent from me, I ain't simple. Bitch, now I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. No, I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. You civilian out. Nah, failure out. I ain't gonna work it out. Cause I ain't regular out. I get paper, bro. Got my standards up. You a munchkin out. Catching these out. Check my favorite out. I'm a player out. These niggas top block. Taking lead out. You shouldn't be worried about these broke ass bitches. And don't compare yourself to silk ass niggas. Had to shine a lot of these desperate ass women. Cause they be tripping hard, acting like they different. But a bit be basic, bit be horn and bit be naked, drinking, faking, stankin', the shame is dirty, mouth bit be faking. I don't get too fucks about you, I wouldn't have put no baby in you. Bit be saying they got that paper, look, they let me eat. Done caught the penalty, and my energy got me feeling me. Ice hitting on these diamond teeth that's into me. And I'm getting right, and I'm stacking up, and I'm getting to it. And these niggas hate, but they can't touch, cause I'm bulletproof. If I'm more, right, that's good business. She look good, but hang with dumb bitches. Tell her I'm way too fly for one sister. And if she leave a piece, I won't miss her. Won't put a ring around it. Oh, no. Bitches for the street like basketball goals. I always knew she'd let that lane hit her. Won't get a cent from me, I ain't simple. Bitch, now I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. No, I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. You civilian out. Nah, failure out. I ain't gonna work it out. Cause I ain't regular out. Goddamn, love them AIDS damn dick, she love, nigga. Ain't no taking nothing back. Cause I ain't regular out.
Hi, Shalom Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We've been established and teaching the truth since 1969 under Commanding General Yohanan. And tonight's class is like, is there really Black history in the Bible? Or Black history starts with the Bible? As far as the 12 tribes of the house of Israel, as in so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We have our history. We have our culture. We have our records. But, since it's the month of February, and everybody want to talk about Happy Black History Moment this, Happy Black History Moment that, which is fine because Black people has done a lot in this country that they do not get the credit for. Or they might try to acknowledge by saying, oh, this person done this great feat, this person done that great deed, but they will not be compensated for it. We all know that other races get compensated for their contribution to society. And it's not like they can't do it. They refuse to do it. It's easy for them to say, oh, this woman created, I think it was a Gladys Knight, I believe his sister's name, the mathematician that created GPS. It's easy for them to acknowledge that, but they won't give her offspring, her children, her family, the descendants of her and her family of her, any compensation about what their contribution to world society. Because they're almost the entire earth that uses technology to have a GPS in it, she should get credit for it. She should get paid for it. And we're talking about with cars, we're talking about with the use with airplanes, we're talking about with your cell phones, your Google Maps, your iPhone maps, your Waze, or like my brother would say, Waze. So there's a lot of us who created a lot of these Black inventions, but get no credit for none whatsoever. But they want to give us a month to try to acknowledge us while giving us a European holiday called President's Day. We get to have one of our own ruling, but it's neither here nor there because we know what Black history really starts with, and those are these records, the Bible, that every Christian, every non-believer, every atheist, every agnostic, every Egyptologist, every way of life, every way of thought, every culture out there love to talk about this book, whether they believe in it or not, whether they try to debunk it or not, whether they try to follow it, whether they try to mislead. All these other races of people, all these other cultures, all these other nationalities want to be a part of this book. The number one gross selling book of all time. There's no other book that's even a close second. And this book will always be reign supreme. All right, so like I said, I titled the class, Black History Starts with the Bible. And I'm gonna go a little bit into that, and I want to just talk about a few things that happened over these past few weeks. I'm gonna dive into a little bit of the Epstein files. I'm gonna dive into a little bit about there was a battle rapper who visited UPK, who visited the House of God by the name of Geechee Gotti. And about almost 2 weeks ago, he got arrested. You know what I'm saying? Then it happened, of course, after he visited the House of God. That's on actually Hollywood Israelites. He met with Captain, one of the captains in Gahar, Captain 13,000 over in Cali, Gadalhar. And so yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit of the video about him getting incarcerated. Then I'm gonna give a scripture about that. And then I'm going to go into some of the Epstein files and some of the Black history moments. And of course, I'm going to leave you up with some scriptures, of course, to back this up. And we're going to talk about like a King David. You know what I'm saying? That's Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? Well over 2,000 years ago. And we're going to show you about how they really view niggas, how they really view Blacks, how they really view Judites, how they really view God's chosen people. You understand? So we're going to get into that in this class. Of course, as you know, if you have any questions or comments, just type your question or comment down, and I'll get to it. You know what I'm saying? I answer your questions or whatnot. So yeah, so let me go into this Geechee Gotti moment real quick. And of course, I'm going to pull up a scripture. So let me try to play this video and see if I can pull up the body cam footage first, and then we'll go from there. All right, hold on 1 second. Let me stream. Make me small. Let's go to share this tab instead.
Quite getaway, and thousands of opioid pills recovered.
So 4 men from California are now charged.
Well, first of all, let's start right here. They just said thousands of opioid pills. For those of y'all who don't know, of course we all know that Esau bring in the narcotics. Yeah, that's what he does. But boy, do his kinsmen, and you know, they really care about their kinsmen to the point where like they got all these Narcans for those who have opioids addictions and overdosing and stuff like that. And they're trying to come down extremely tough with the hammer of those narcotic salesmen. You understand? And God forbid if you belong to the Lord's chosen. You know what I'm saying? God forbid if you belong to from the house of Jacob, from the house of Israel, Black, Hispanic, Native American, if you got caught selling opioids, when our oppressors' children get hooked on it to the point where like they'll give them aid and funds of relief. But when our people strung out on crack, strung out on heroin, we didn't get the type of aid or relief. We didn't get some type of medicine in case someone was too high off crack cocaine, or if they was too high off of heroin, what to do with them. We didn't have like these facilities to help them with that type of addiction. We didn't have none of that, but they got it for opioids. So when we go back to this video, I just want to point out that, you know, you can't be like Esau. He's the number one narcotic salesman. He's the number one drug dealer, and he's the number one judge, jury, and executioner. You know, so he's the biggest hypocrite. He's the biggest devil, as in deceiver. So he's gonna always say not to do something and then turn around and do exactly what he said not to do. So you can't think that you can be an American. Like you can't be an American or being like some big drug dealer and thinking that you're not gonna get caught. You can't be this type of person who's going to be having this amount of narcotics on you, and then you in another city that ain't yours, and you got different tags, and expect yourself not to get caught. Either law enforcement going to automatically know who you are, or the people who might seek to do harm, who might seek to rob you, gonna know who you are. So you're already outside of your neck of the woods. And even if you was inside of your neck of the woods, at some point, like, you shouldn't be selling drugs at all. But I'll say it like this. Why or when will you grow up? Like, I know when I was younger coming up in the world, you know, they didn't say we're going to live past 21 and 25. But they said, like, after a while, if you was trapping, by the time you make it to 30, you should have been have enough money saved to, like, start your own business or invest into other stuff. You shouldn't be out here on these corners pushing weight, pushing work. Now, that's what they say the game was. That's what the rules of the game was. Now, of course, all of this is nonsense because that wealth will lead to vanity. But why are you still of this age or still of this star status caliber, especially in like the battle world, if you still trying to be a narcotic salesman, you still trying to trap, you still here trying to get it. You understand? So I just want to say that real quick. I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna chop it up, then I'm gonna let it play all the way through.
Here in Butler County, and tonight newly released body camera video shows how quickly police caught up with them. Our WLWT News 5's Karen Johnson live in Westchester with a story you'll see only here on WLWT. Hi, Karen.
Well, good evening again, Cherie. Yes, among those arrested and now charged with drug possession, a California-based rapper known as Geechee Gotti. His real name is Marcus Fantroy, and police say he was driving down I-75 last week in Westchester when police made this stop.
The initial traffic stop on I-75 in Westchester was short-lived. The suspects weren't getting far.
It did hit sticks. It did hit sticks.
One exit south near the streets of Westchester. 4 men bailed.
Get down on the ground right now! Get down on the ground!
But police caught up.
I will shoot you! Get your hands in the air!
Westchester police arrested 4 men from California.
Why are you arresting me? Because your name's Anthony Ellison. You're breaking into pharmacies all over the place.
And searched the rental car they were in.
We searched it thoroughly. There was a large amount of pharmaceuticals in the car that looked like they came just straight from the pharmacy.
Nearly 3,000 pain pills seized, including oxycodone, morphine, and Vicodin. Drugs that investigators say were stolen.
The drugs that were found were from a pharmacy called the Medicine Shop in Bellevue, Ohio. We believe that cash was found as well that was taken from a pharmacy in Perrysburg, Ohio.
Detectives say they had their eyes on the men since one of them landed at CVG last week. Tyrus crew Anthony Ellison, Laquan Miller, and Marcus Fantroy, also known as rapper Geechee Gotti, all now face drug possession charges.
We're looking at over $10,000 to $15,000 worth of pharmaceutical drugs, at least. That's what it is to the pharmacy. That's not what it's worth in the street. So we're talking lots and lots and lots of bills.
Detective Kevin Berger said in court today, these men, quote, do this quite often. And tonight, WLWT Investigates is still digging into who these people are, if they are possibly facing charges elsewhere. Also, I should note here in Butler County, Judge Courtney Caparella Kramer found that there was enough evidence to bind this case over to a grand jury. Reporting live tonight in Westchester, Karen Johnson.
Oops. Let me rewind it just a taste to put it on his face. Yeah, this is him, battle rapper Geechee Gotti. Now, I mean, soon they got pulled over. They instantly took off running. Like, if you're going to ride around with that much work with you, that many people, clearly you should know to have someone with legitimate license. You understand? But like they said, you're in a whole nother state, whole nother city, and that was watching you from the week before. You was ran hot. Of course they know who. Let me tell y'all something. Anybody think you can sell dope and not get caught, you're foolish. America knows. When I say America, I'm talking about any agency, whether it be some regular agents, some FBI, CIA, SWAT, narcotic departments of every city, X, Y, and Z, so forth and so on. They know who are the ones who is trapping. They know who are the ones who are really bringing in these drugs, who are really selling the most dope. You understand? They're just picking and choosing of who they try to catch. Like I said, they've been watching them for a week, one of them, and couldn't wait to get to them. And you notice how they said it wasn't a random stop. They just went, got behind them, pulled them over, because they knew exactly who they are and what they were doing. So you can't be some type of person who's going to want to sell dope, want to sell drugs and trap, and then go to another city and not know that they're not watching you. They're always watching, whether it be 12, the law enforcement, or it would be somebody, some local in that city. Like, hey, who getting money in my city that I ain't getting? You know, times is hard, and people are starving, and people are gonna want to do some amount of evil to get some of that money to take care of the things that they try to desire to take care of. You know, so they're gonna holler out some more. I ain't get my taxes yet, or my kid's birthday coming up. You know, Christmas time and stuff for Memorial Day and any other holiday people can think of, or they're just trying to pay some bills, or they're just selfish, or they're just greedy, or they just whatever reason that'll make a person want to harm you for your money. That's what they would do. It's a lot. So that's what they would do, and that's what we have to deal with. So you can't be the type to be in some other city and not know what the hell you got going on, and then you're riding dirty. And man, this is just here's where we got to do better with this. So let me pull up a scripture real quick. Let's go to Proverbs 13 and 11. Proverbs 13 and 11. So we can see what the Lord says. We're gonna see what God says. All right, let me share my screen. See here, let me make this larger, make this smaller. All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 11. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. Like you getting this money, say you had over $15,000 worth of pills. That's the amount that the pharmaceutical has it as. You know, they might sell it by per pill, like let's say like $2 a pill, but on the street it might go for 25. So you can see how that $15,000 worth of prices by the pharmaceutical company on the streets, it might quadruple that. So now we're talking about $50,000, $40,000. You understand? So now it's talking about wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. Like you're getting this money by ways of nothing. Like so, you had $10,000, $15,000 worth of pills, and you have nothing. You went stole some pills, some narcotics, and you have nothing. A lot of y'all who be seeing everyone who be trapping and how they got money and how they bought so many houses, they have nothing. You understand? So don't be taken back by the materials that they have. You understand? Because it says wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished. They got it today, they can easily lose it tomorrow. You know how many people we done seen growing up whose parents sold drugs or some relatives sold drugs, and then the feds came and took everything. The feds came and took, what kind about your little kid crying for that PS3? I know I was younger. I saw some people get stuff took and they had like the PS2, the PS3. We don't care about them having this nice car. They put it in your name. Well, his money bought it. You understand? They'll say like, well, this car was bought by narcotics. Yeah, it's in your name. Yeah, you went down there and paid for it, but he gave you the money. So we're going to take this car. We're going to take this house. We're going to take those jewelry. We're going to take those clothes. We're going to take the furniture. We're going to take everything we believe that was bought with narcotics. And even if you pay for it with your own money, they're going to say, well, he gave you so much money. He had to give it to you. So we got to take it from you. And that might make it, you wait so long to get your stuff back. You might just end up chalking it as a loss and be like, yeah, I don't need it, or the hell with it. Or they might outweight you. The point I'm bringing out is that, wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathered by labor shall increase. Like you gotta have to work hard for what you want. You gotta work hard. No, the hell with getting the easy way. So the hell with scamming. Like it's not just people who trap. All that scamming. The hell with people who scam. Oh man, don't even get me started with them. I to be honest with you, this is me talking. I don't know which one I despise more, scammers or men who trap, or people who trap. Because I can understand why, for those of y'all who experience this, like having a relative on crack or having a relative strung out on dope, you can see like how much they might steal from you to get their high back, to get their fix. Or you can see how much they might not pay their bills, and then their children suffer from it. So you might be like, hey, why are they so high? Who's selling to them? Can't you see like how destroyed they are? So we can see like how the individuals who be affected by people who trap. So like with the Geechee Gotti, let me just play it back real quick, so you can see what's going on. So right, like I said, it says like when you trap and wealth gotten by vanity is nothing. So I'm gonna start right here. I'm just replay this real quick.
On I-75 in Westchester was short-lived. The suspects weren't getting far.
It did hit sticks.
One exit south near the streets of Westchester. 4 men bailed.
Get down on the ground right now! Get down on the ground!
But police caught up.
I want to shoot you! Get your hands in the air!
Westchester police arrested 4 men from California.
Why are y'all arresting?
Because your name's Anthony Ellison, you've been breaking into pharmacies all over the place.
And searched the rental car they were in.
We searched it thoroughly. There was a large amount of pharmaceuticals in the car that looked like they came just straight from the farm.
So let's go with that. If you notice, soon as they got pulled over, let me rewind it just a touch. Just a touch. I'm finna show y'all. Look at the amount of cars.
The suspects.
If y'all can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cars. Y'all probably can't see it, but if you look down, there's 4 cars. If it's just a routine stop, it'd have been 1 car. Now, granted, I know in Metro, they do like to pull up. After one pull you over, then another might end up pulling up, another might end up pulling up, but it's usually after you already been stopped and like the officers, running your license, checking your insurance, whatever. Then more get behind them. But as this right here shows, the moment they got pulled over, they already was in line, which just goes to show you that they already knew, and that's why they ran off like that, because they knew they was busted. So they already knew. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. Like, wealth gotten by vanity is nothing. So let me pull the scripture back up real quick. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 11. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. Now, you're going to have to get out here and work. You know what I'm saying? It can't be no easy way of getting this. You can't be out here scamming. You can't be out here robbing. You can't be out here trapping. Oh, that's what I'll say. Man, I can tell you this. I've seen people who really be strung out on dope. And I've seen the effects of how it has on our people, on our community, right? But boy, do I have a special disdain for scammers. And I mean, like, it's to the point where, like, it agitates, it infuriates me more. Because I don't know, it's just me. I just really hate scammers. Like, it really gets to me. And I just like, man, who the hell would want to scam somebody? That type of deception is unheard of. All right. So I just want to get into that real quick, just to talk about that briefly. I want to shift over a little bit. Let's see. Well, let me talk about this real quick, or why things don't look in our favor. Let's go to Psalms 147 and 19. Psalms 147 and 19. So Psalms 147 and 19. It said, he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. What does that mean? It means that there are things that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans just are not allowed to do. Like, we have laws that we have to abide by. And if we break those laws, we will get punished more. Not saying other races who might take on our customs, they won't get punished, but we will get punished more. So, like, yeah. Oh, shucks. So, like, yeah. So we would get punished more. With that being said, now you might see some people, let's say, for example, let's talk about like pork. We know our oppressors like to call it the other white meat. You understand? So, like, it's not by accident that when they eat pork, they usually can be fine. But when we eat pork, we get all the high blood pressure, all these other health scares and stuff like that. When with the medical field, they'll be like, well, they're eating roughly the same amount as Caucasians are eating, but yet they're not getting all this high blood pressure. But why do they eat the same amount, or if not less, and get so much high blood pressure? Because these laws was not given to Esau. These laws were not given to the Arab nation, the Chinese nation. So we're not allowed to eat pangolins. We're not allowed to eat the bluefin tuna. We're not allowed to eat octopus, shrimp, crabs, crawfish, lobster, You name it, any other abomination, oysters. You know what I'm saying? We're not allowed to eat shark. We're not allowed to eat black bears and alligators and stuff like that. We have a strict dietary that we're supposed to follow of what we can and cannot eat. And those who wants to venture out and to try all this other nonsense because our person said you can try it, you're the reason why you're suffering from these terrible health scares. You're the reason why you're suffering from all the nonsense that you're going on for your health, as far as like the diabetes and the high blood sugar. There's so many things that we're doing and consuming is like we are indulging too much. You know what I'm saying? We're eating too much. Some people need to do portion control. Some people need to do a fast from sugar because they give us so much sugar, it tricks your brain and thinking you should have consume all the sugar. Trust me, I know. Like when you really try to do like a sugar fast, you'll realize how much sugar it is out here, or how much they dope us up with so much sugar. So it's always good to do like a fast. That's what the Lord requires to do, like a fast. And it's also good to keep doing it at your leisure. You know, make sure you're healthy enough to do it. But the point I'm bringing out is that when we break certain laws, we get affected more by it because God gave us His laws. So therefore, we get His punishments. You can't be like Epstein, Diddy. You can't be like I'm trying to think of some major drug dealers who some that got away. So they don't even talk about the ones who get away. Oh, I tell you what, Geechee got. You can't be like the CIA. Geechee got it. You can't be like that. You're not the CIA. They the ones who get to sell narcotics and live deliciously. They're the ones who get to do what the hell they want when they want. We cannot come out here and live alternative lifestyles and wonder why we number one with certain viruses, certain STIs. You understand? So like we got laws that we have to follow. And when we break those laws, we get these types of punishments more than others. Not saying that Esau don't get high blood pressure. I'm not saying that Esau cannot catch an STI. I'm not saying that they don't get unalive with drug deals, so forth and so on. What I'm saying is it happened to us as in Blacks, Hispanics, and Americans substantially more. Because like Psalms 147:19 says, He showeth His word unto Jacob, His statutes and His judgments unto Israel. We are the ones who have these laws, statutes, and commandments. They were not given to any other race, any other nation, any other religious group, faction, record staff and crew, any other constitution, any other government. These records was given to the 12 tribes of the house of Israel. And the bulk of us are so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So you understand? So we got to understand that like we cannot indulge in their lifestyle. We cannot indulge in their behavior. You understand? Because only Israel has the law. Now, I want to show y'all this statue. Now, let me jump ship. Let's go to, I'm going to jump ship real quick. I'm coming to Epstein. All right. I'm going to jump ship to Epstein because I want to bring this out because I want to talk about something that he was doing that people are just overlooking about what this filthy piece of garbage was doing. And they're more like him. You know, with some of those files, they'll have a problem releasing Whoopi Goldberg's name. But there's a lot of names that got redacted that they will not show who these criminals are, who these monsters are. You understand? So I just want to make sure I brought that out. Because they'll have a problem when it's Black people visiting that pedophile island. So as y'all can see, what the hell is this? You need to get the hell out of my way. It says, newly released Epstein documents reveals 330 gallons of sulfuric acid sent to his island as a federal probe began. Don't worry. Later on, I'm going to show you what sulfuric acid is and what it does. We're going to watch a couple short videos. Look at this 50 piece of garbage real good. Real good. It says newly unseen records from the Epstein files add another unsettling data point to the timeline surrounding the federal case against Jeffrey Epstein, revealing that a large shipment of sulfuric acid was ordered for his private island on the same day authorities formally launched their investigation. It says documents released on January 30th show that 6 55-gallon drums totaling 330 gallons of sulfuric acid were delivered to Little St. James in the U.S. Virgin Islands on June 2018. The data matches when Federal Bureau of Investigation opened federal probe into Epstein's alleged sex trafficking operation. A receipt included in the files lists the cost of purchase at $5,964. Accompanying emails outlining the order of technical languages noting that X 6 55-gallon drum sulfuric acid with fuel and insurance charge for transport materials of conductivity probe replacement pH and cable roll plant LSG. So we better read what this is because I didn't know what it was. The reference to RO plant points to a reverse osmosis water purification system. Sulfuric acid is commonly used in water treatment to manage pH levels. Soften water to improve the performance of filtration equipment. Additional emails in the newly released archives, some dating back 2013, suggest that the chemical had been used on the island for the purpose of well before 2018. Now that's the part we're going to get into. Let me read a little bit more on this, and then we're going to go into some videos about what it is. Then we'll come back to right here. Let me see how I look. All right, still looking to WAP. It says, despite the context of the time of the purchase has fueled speculation online. One social media post claimed Epstein files email that were requested for 6 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid. The only thing that is used for is to dissolve bodies. And that's the part we're going to get into. Like, why would he need that much? What's the purpose of you buying some sulfuric acid? It says there's no evidence in the document to support criminal use of the chemical. And the records themselves offer no explanation beyond water system maintenance. But he didn't, no one seen him using it. No one said they seen him use this water system maintenance. I'm gonna keep going. Epstein was arrested on July 19, later died in New York jail cell while awaiting trial. He had previously been convicted of soliciting prostitution from minors and was registered as a sex offender. The border cache for files released as the U.S. Department of Justice includes millions of pages of materials taken from Epstein computers, such as emails, photos, videos, which investigators say documents were prosecutor described as a wide-range network of abuse. While the sulfuric acid order stands out as a scale and timing, the documents themselves stop short of drawing conclusions, leaving the details as another unresolved piece of case that continued to raise disturbing questions years after Epstein's death. I'm under the inclination, based on what we're dealing with devils, because our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, this filthy piece of garbage was more than likely doing something horrendous to those bodies. And I'm about to go into a video about what it can do.
One of the most powerful and
let me double check the stream. All right, it looks to WAP. Let's see what it can do to a human body. And then we'll get some scriptures. I got like, how many videos I got? Just 2 videos. All right, come.
widely used chemicals in the world. This molecule, H22SO4, is colorless, odorless, and incredibly corrosive. It's known as the king of chemicals for a reason. From manufacturing fertilizers to refining oil and making batteries, sulfuric acid is vital in countless industries powering the modern world. But beware, it's highly dangerous. Direct contact can cause severe burns, and proper handling is crucial in both labs and industry. Sulfuric acid also plays a role in acid rain, harming ecosystems if not managed responsibly. Powerful and essential, but handled with care. Sulfuric acid truly is a chemical giant. Sulfuric acid handled with care.
हाय दोस्तों, आज हम लोग चिकन पीस को एसिड के अंदर डालने वाले हैं, जो कि है दुनिया में सबसे खतरनाक एसिडों में से एक एसिड। इस एसिड का नाम मैंने
English. He just about to put some chicken in there just to see what it does to a meat. to something. So if it can burn some chicken, it can burn your damn hand. I should have watched this one first. So we got to see just what it does. But a lot of people have always heard about sulfuric acid breaking down tissue, breaking down bodies, breaking down human organisms, so forth and so on. And like the previous video says, like if you don't handle this with care, it can burn. Look at that. Look at that. Sulfuric acid. It can do some damage. It can do some damage. It can do some damage. So who wouldn't believe that this 50 piece of garbage was not trying to do something to children? Who would not believe that he wasn't trying to be sly and have some trying to dispose of bodies, dispose of human bones? Because you can. Because you can. I thought I had another one. Let me finish like this play real quick, and I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like or what it can do to like human flesh. So it didn't say how long he left it in. Hold on.
सेक्शन में दिया है, आप लोग वहां पे भी जाके देख.
Yeah, I don't know what he's saying, but it's just showing you like how it breaks it down and how it break it down so fast. And we all know that it can do some damage. So let me type in. Let's say on scan. Let's see. Add to the queue. Let's say it's hit play.
Wondered why acid can burn your skin in seconds? Let's break it down. Acids are highly reactive. They release hydrogen ions, which break down molecules in your skin, including proteins and lipids. This process is called corrosion. It destroys skin layers, causing burns, pain, and even permanent damage. Not all acids burn the same. Sulfuric acid dehydrates your skin, while hydrochloric acid dissolves proteins. Stronger acids, more damage. Always wear gloves and goggles when handling acids. And if you ever get acid on your skin, wash it off immediately with lots of water. Now you know why acids burn. Want more cool science?
That's why it just broke down the proteins and how it does what it does to human skin. So now let's get back to this. To this filthy piece of garbage. Now, what the hell you doing with all those gallons of sulfuric acid? Talking about some water filtration system, but bull. No one's buying that. No one's believing it. Even if you were slightly telling the truth, you did it for other reasons. Let's say you bought it for some water filtering system. You also bought it for the other reason that people are speculating. You're getting rid of bodies. You're dissolving bodies. Because let me tell you something. He's been getting away with a lot of stuff, and other people think they can be like him. Your Diddy's of the world, your Geechee Gotti's of the world. Anybody that's getting caught in this system, we cannot be like our oppressor. Like the laws was given unto us. Yes, they will get caught, or they can get caught, but we get caught more. We get hemmed up more. All right. So I just want to make sure I brought that out. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get some scriptures on that. Let's share this tab instead. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians. Let's go 2 Thessalonians. Go 2 and 3. Second Thessalonians 2 and 3. And I'm going to break down these scriptures. And we're going to break this zone down. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there be a slacking, except there come a falling away first. Like they're gonna have to be something coming down for this day to come. Don't let no man deceive you by saying like, oh, Christ is coming right here, because some Edomite saying that he is the second day Christ. So the Antichrist saying he is the Christ. So many people strung out high on their mind or just trying to get some money, talking about that they are Christ. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for the day shall not come. Like Christ won't come until something happens. There's a criteria that has to happen for him to come. It says for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So we're gonna have to reveal who's this sinful man. What the hell? Oh. So like right. Verse 4, it says, who oppressive, who oppressive and exalt himself above all that is called God. Well, we're saying they better than God, stronger than God. We do Americans, Europeans, say how they got the military to go out in space. It says exalt himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that the God sit up in the temple of God and show himself to be a God. Who said they don't need God because they got military? Verse 5 says, remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things. It says, and now ye know that withhold of that he might be revealed in his time. So this is talking about the son of perdition, like what has to happen. All right, so I just want to bring it out real quick. I want to drop that. I'm going to go to Isaiah 14 and 12. Because I want to read a few of these scriptures so I can break some of these down. With bedrock, UPK scriptures. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Like, man, fallen from heaven. Heaven meaning like his rulership. Heaven meaning like him being in charge, all right? Son of the morning. Morning like everyone sees it. You know, like when the morning comes, as the sun is bright. Everyone sees the sun shining, the sun rising. Like everyone sees it. It's like, how have you fallen? How did you lose power that everyone sees it? It says, how art thou cut down to the ground and weak, and which this weakened the nations? Esau has weakened tons of nations. Let me make sure this is larger. Verse 13, it says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I would ascend into heaven. Yeah, he went out there past ozone layer. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Yeah, he went out there and said that he can have his own space force. He can go out there in space and do what the hell he wants. He's trying to go to Mars. He's trying to establish more colonization and more conquering on other planets. He said, I will sit upon the mount of the congregation. The mount of the congregation is the Lord's chosen people, the house of Israel, and to the sides of the north. God dang it. It says, I will ascend above the heights of the cloud. I will be like the Most High. He's going to be like the Most High. He's trying to take over. He's trying to be reign supreme. He want nobody to have equal power to him. It says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. That's verse 15. So here's what we're going to get into right here. It says, now you were talking about, remember, Lucifer, son of the morning, you know what I'm saying, fell from heaven. Not that angel Satan, not that angel y'all talking about who rebelled against God and stuff like that. Only ones who rebel against God is men. Not one angel ever rebelled against God. All right, it says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. Like, how do you narrowly look upon someone? Like, squint your eyebrows. Like, is that you right there? There's you. Like, you gotta look at them strange, like, You get like a little side eye, like, you straight? All right. It says, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, is this the man? Not spirit, is this the man? Not angel, is this the man? Not the devil, the spooky one with the horns and the pitchfork. Is this the man that made the earth tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Esau is the man that made the earth tremble. He messed with the ozone layer. He killed all the fishes. He's doing stuff to the fowls of the earth, doing stuff to the beasts of the land. He's done tremendous, heinous, horrible things to the Lord's chosen people. It says, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. Like, yeah, he locked us up and would not release us. He defaced us. It says, all kings of the nation, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. It says, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through a sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. It says, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. You can't do no with evildoers. I know it's going to sound hard, but this is the word of God, not the Rocky's word, not the UPK's word. This is the word of God. And yeah, it's hard to say, it's hard to hear, but this is what God said justice is going to be. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for their iniquity of their fathers. The slavery so long ago, you wasn't alive then, I didn't do nothing to you. Why can't we all just get along? God said to prepare slaughter for his children for their iniquity. The same way we had to endure the iniquity of our forefathers. So that's why we was in slavery, because our forefathers disobeyed God. So if God punished us, best believe he's going to punish someone else. It says prepare, and this is a prophecy that has not happened yet. It said prepare slaughter for their children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the faces of the world with cities. So they're going to be utterly destroyed. Verse 22, for I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and son and nephew, said the Lord. Like if you don't have any sons and nephews, which are the boys who have seed to further a race, that means they're going to be extinct. That means we're going to have museums, and they're going to be the little kids talking about who is that right there, and we're going to say that was the man that made the earth tremble, who shook kingdoms. They're going to be in a museum. They're going to be extinct. Without any seed, you lose your race. And God says this one has to be obliterated. No son or nephew. All right. So I want to bring that out real quick. So now I want to talk about this real quick. I want to talk about a monument made. I just want to talk about this real quick. This happened in 2018. It's a monument to King David gifted by Russian charity dismantled in Jerusalem. So this is a photo they got of King David. Everyone knows he played the harp. Oh, let me zoom in so y'all can see it. Let me double check the stream. All right, that looks toward. So it says a monument of the Holy King David installed on Mount Zion almost a decade ago by the Russian Charitable Foundation and St. Nicholas Wonder Worker was dismantled today. The statue had previously been vandalized several times. It says the reason for this monument removal is not yet clear, and no response have yet been offered by the mayor of Jerusalem. It says the St. Nicholas Foundation director, Nikolai Goryachin, stated that he was not aware of the dismantling, but is very concerned about what is happening. He noted that the monument was a gift to Israel. It does not belong to the foundation anymore, but its donors are still concerned about its future. The statue has suffered damages several times, with repairs not always being carried out very quickly. Attackers knocked off fragments of King David's face several times, and the damage remained visible even after repairs. The monument was installed in October 2008 near the tomb of King David, under the walls of the Church of the Dimension in Theotokos. The bronze statue received by Israel authorities as a gift from Russia, charitable at St. Nicholas Foundation. A 120-person Russian delegation arrived for the consecration of the monument. The cost created and installing the monument was about $2 million. From the very beginning, installation of the monument with old sections of the city, realistically depicting the Holy King and Prophet David, was negatively received by many representatives of the ultra-Orthodox Jewish community. It says the foundation director, Nikolai Goryachin, confirmed that the monument had been installed with the full consent of the Israel authorities and blessings by the Russian Orthodox Church. Now I read all that. Let's get into the real reason. Because that looks like a nigga. That does not look like an Edomite. That's why they're defacing it. Look at this. Here's another one. That looks like a nigga. Look at him defacing it, breaking up the face. They don't look like a Caucasian man. They don't look like a Caucasian man. That's why they're mad. You got this nigga up here. He don't look like he's Caucasian. He don't look like this. And they're upset about it. He don't look like that filthy piece of garbage. They mad because this right here is the face of a nigga. Let me tell you something why that man did what he did. Let's go into Jeremiah 14 and 12. Let me just get a color scripture real quick. Jeremiah 14 and 12. It's like 14 and 2. I think it's 2. 14 and 2. The Jews are black. I think it's 2, right? Let's see. There we go. Right here, real quick. This is why they're defacing it. This is why. Because that Russian man know that the Jews are black. It's a Jude of mourning and the gangster of language. They are black unto the ground. He know that the Jews are black. King David was a black man. You understand? King David was a black man. Let me get one more scripture. King David was a black man. Let's go to Job 9 and 24. Job 9 and 24. And let me tell you why this is happening, because this is scripture. Like they done it back then, but there was so much records out there, they couldn't deface everything. You understand? But now that they're doing this, they're seeing it. So you're seeing them deface everything. Look at this, because they mad. It's not a Caucasian face. They mad. They big mad. They're like, how dare what the hell his name was? Hold on, what is his dang old name? Nikolai Goryachin. How dare he do something like this? How dare he give us this statue looking like a nigga? What's the man? They had to deface it. That's a black man. And let me tell you what they've been doing. They're talking about right here. This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Hand of the wicked, that's all he's doing. Like, sometimes they're going to destroy noses. And here's the thing. They kept on just destroying the nose primarily. Because that's a nigger nose. That's a black man nose. They kept destroying the nose specifically and nothing else really. Because they know that the children of Israel are black. They know exactly who the hell we are. So that's want to bring that out real quick by King David. All right. And what they've been doing, them defacing everything. Because they've been doing it back then. That's why when you read the book of Russian Icons, if you can find a good one, you see that how all of the prophets of those days, they were black, and how they went back and started whitewashing, started painting over them white, because they knew who the children of Israel are. All right. So with that, let me see if I got any more scriptures I want to bring out. That's it. So we got this filthy piece of garbage. Like, listen, If you want to talk about history, we got history in these books. This right here, they got this out of their Bible, or just knowing just common sense that the Jews were already was black. You understand? Like this was something how King David used to play the harp. All right, this was King David. He played the harp. Let me show this one instead. This one before it got damaged. It's a nice picture. Like King, this is a black man. They got his hair looking stringy, but this was a black man, and they have an issue with him looking like a nigga over in Jerusalem. That's why they kept breaking off the nose. Let me tell you something, Israel. You are and you belong to the greatest people that ever walked on the face of the earth. You belong to the God's chosen people. If you are so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American on your father's side. All right. There's history in this Bible. There's history. These are our records. And this is history. This is Israelite history. This is Black history. You understand? Never mind some Black History Month. All right. We got to deal with what we got to deal with, meaning like we got to come back to Lord's law, statutes, and commandments. We got to come back to taking on our heritage, our culture, our way of life, our way of thinking. Leave the vanity stuff alone. Let them have his drugs. Let them have his parties and lewd and nastiness, sex and stuff, all the nonsense that he's doing. Let him have all the evil that he's doing. Let him keep that. We got to come back to our customs, back to our power. All right. So with that, to all the brothers, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yashab Barakatah to the brothers, Yahweh Shema Alatah Ba'ashem Yashab to all the sisters. All right. Shalom, Israel.